Scarlet, you know her, the mischievous, yo-yo wielding, soda drinking bunny girl we face off with in Graffiti Groovin. But what do we really know about her? Here's 10 things about Skarlet Bunny. Let's get into it. Graffiti Groovin is a mod directed by RechiTV, who produced the mod due to a desire to make an original character mod like when Funkin modding first popped off. Rechi drew every asset used, and due to their perfectionism, redrew those assets multiple times to get the perfect result, which is what they attribute to the 4-month production time. Scarlet's design stems from a few inspirations like Wi-Fi from Adventure Time, Isla from King of Fighters, and the yo-yo is inspired by the character Bridget from Guilty Gear. Though Scarlet isn't particularly talented with the yo-yo, she can use it to swing around the city like Spider-Man. Graffiti Groovin's main week begins in an underground subway, where Scarlet bets boyfriend some cash that she can beat him in a rap battle. The two duke it out musically while trains make their stops behind them. A number of characters make cameos when the sliding doors open, like Witty, Cassette Girl, Niku, Pim and Charlie, and Agoti. The graffiti on the back wall appears to be an upside-down Madness Combat grunt, a carrot, and the words beep boop referencing boyfriend's manner of speaking. The crowd gathered to watch the rap battle consists of Alien Hominid, Matsushi from Hotline 024, Fancy Pants, and another long-haired figure I don't personally recognize. The sound effects used for the dialogue are taken from Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door, and the dialogue boxes themselves are inspired by Persona 5. Scarlet is one of the few opponents to count themselves in at the beginning of a song, and cracks a Pepsi at the beginning of the first song. Being a bit of a sore loser, Scarlet steals the bet money from boyfriend and attempts to escape. She's confronted by him, and they face off atop the train. There's a very impressive perspective change when first entering a tunnel that shows a frontward-facing view of Scarlet with a glowing fluorescent face. When in the tunnel, both boyfriend and Scarlet have these neon-lit faces that correspond with the main color of their icon/health. Losing on this stage causes boyfriend to be flung off, bouncing a few times before coming to a stop. This animation is actually going to be in the base game. Funkin artist Phantom Arcade streamed a bit of their work on Twitch TV and made this falling animation, presumably when losing in week 4 against Mommy Nearest. This implies that there'll be custom game overs for the base game's different weeks. Graffiti Groovin takes place in Philadelphia, just like week 3 of the base game. This is evidenced by the fact that the train system is the same, the assets used when riding on top of it are very reminiscent of the base game, and if that wasn't enough, one of the asset folders is literally called Philly. There's a few more subtle clues, like samples from Pico's base game songs being used in most of Scarlet's tracks. The first Freeplay song, Bun Boxing, pits Scarlet against the one and only Matt from Vs. Matt. The design and vocals are the same as in the mod by Solaire, and despite the very aggressive looking art for this week, Matt actually isn't fighting Scarlet, but is simply training her. The glass in the background is actually a very faint window, and a few figures can be seen behind it. These figures are Ed from Ed's World, another soda lover, Isaac from The Binding of Isaac, Hex from Vs. Hex, and The Knight from Hollow Knight. There's also a hidden Among Us crewmate just out of frame. Losing on the stage doesn't blue ball Scarlet, but instead, I don't even know what to say, red boobas. The next song on the mod, Sinister, pits Scarlet against Skid and Pump, but thankfully she's rapping alongside Niku from Hotline 024. The stage is based on the haunted house from the base game, but due to the fact that there's an open hatch entrance behind Skid and Pump, this room is either an attic or a treehouse. Scarlet and Niku appear to be sitting/leaning on a locked chest with a cut-off label, presumably spelling costumes. Occasionally lightning will flash like the base game, revealing sinister-looking shadows of Scarlet and Niku. Hanging on the wall is a picture of Witty. The brim of Niku's hat changes colors when singing, just like in 024. During the song, Skid tends to sing the higher notes and Pump tends to sing the lower ones. This is likely intentional. Though both characters sing in the base game using the same vocals, it was confirmed by Phantom Arcade that Spookies is sung by Pump and South is sung by Skid. Fans came to the conclusion because the different pitches used in the songs make the vocals sound distinct. Dying on this stage causes Scarlet to choke on her lollipop. The next song, Ignited, is a face-off against Darnell, an upcoming opponent in Funkin. This mod uses Darnell's leaked design that was later confirmed to be real. As opposed to holding just a lighter, Darnell is also holding some sort of spray can, just like in online verses. Darnell's vocals are taken from the Versus Darnell mod by Alcoholic DJ. Both Nene and Pico are watching in the foreground, and in the background, graffiti of Hex and the Iris Company logo can be seen on the cracked half pipe. Though we haven't seen Nene and Darnell until this point of the mod, there are a few references to their leaked animations earlier in the mod. Darnell and Scarlet have the same toe-tapping animation, and Scarlet's leg-swinging animation during Sinister is the same as Nene's idol. Looking at the bottom of her shoe during this animation reveals that she's wearing Heelys. The 7th and final track of the mod is Philly Nice, a face-off against Pico. The name of the track is a reference to the song Philly's full name that was bugged in the base game. Philly Nice is a remix of Philly, using the same motifs as the base game song. Both Nene and Darnell are watching, but strangely enough, Nene moved to the right of the stage. Looking in the art gallery reveals a ton of scrapped concepts that didn't make it to the final mod. These scrapped concepts include erect difficulty, the inclusion of girlfriend, an unused Niku render implying she would have been an opponent at some point, some sort of chase sequence that would have been used for a Nene song, another Darnell song that was later revealed to be a Too Hot cover, and a joke character named Scarlet. There are extra GIF images that don't show up in the gallery as well, like an alternate version of the atop the train stage with only the background like in week 4, a cutscene concept where Scarlet doesn't actually climb up the train and unique dialogue boxes reminiscent of Persona 5. During a Twitter Q&A, Graffiti Groovin creator Rechi spoke about the possibility of a future update and what that would entail. In order for an update to be possible, more artists would need to be a part of the team to lessen the workload, as the current mod's visuals were all done by Rechi. They did say if there were a sequel or future update that some of the scrapped content would be making a comeback, and also included a GIF for an unused Scarlet animation. And that's 10 things about Skarlet Bunny. I hope you enjoyed. Playing OC mods is really refreshing, especially ones like this that are true to the OG game, but also have that taste of something new. Personally, I think Graffiti Groovin is an instant classic. Alright, thanks for watching. Until next time.